Oh, good evening, everybody. How's it going? Let's just get things up and started. Whew. Okay. Make sure that AC is not set up. Okay, that's good to know. Where? Am I going crazy? I am going crazy. What the fuck? Alright. Not really sure how that happened. But I guess last week I must have unintentionally deleted, yeah, last week during the hard truck stream I must have unintentionally deleted the main game capture. It's funny. There we go though. That should be all showing up properly now. Okay. Red Atlanta to kick things off. You know, I always forget to do the fuel and fire. You know, I mean, go and do that. I always forget. Every time. Where do I go? I need to remember where I set that. Tire wear. 2x. Fuel consumption. 2x. And we go. Cool. There we go. Now that should be set properly. Find out as we go around. Okay. It's quite snappy. And some of the mediums are 97% grip, which is a little lower than what the race will be. Obviously the race will be at 100. But, jeez. Dial brakes back a bit. I think we can safely get away with that heading. Actually gonna nearly top out in these default gears though. Okay. Just need to get over the squirreliness, and it's not too bad actually. Whoa. Oh, no. A curb. Fuck. Deadly. Rear end wants to go sometimes. I think it's, again, my brain just keeps thinking, hey, Virgilia, how's it going? My brain just keeps thinking this car is traction control, even though like, I could twist the dial and nothing happens. Because that turbo kind of induces like a whole bundle of lag on throttle pickup, which makes it like you don't get the same sort of like obviously like in and out that you get with traction control, but it kind of, when you're not listening to the car as much, it kind of gives you that similar kind of feel. The car's sort of struggling to really pick itself up. I felt like in real life it probably would be a bit more obvious. That it's a turbo and not traction control. Because obviously you have the sort of G-force motion. Crikey, these mediums are dying off already. What a contrasted choice of cars. I think what's funny is that on the thumbnail, those two cars there isn't any, they are like to the same scale. And like the 2CV makes this car look tiny. Which is hilarious because the 2CV isn't a big car. I almost want to find a 2CV in real life and park my car next to it just to see what the difference is. Oh, that curb. One of those cars, it feels more like you're wearing it than getting it. I could see that. Then again, from owning a very small car, I've come to learn that small cars are very spacious. If they're built right. Like, there's... You sort of look at them sometimes and you're like, poor. How does anyone fit in there? And then you actually get inside and you're like, damn, it's like the fucking TARDIS in here. Pushing better lap times on dead tires, so. But if the mediums are dying out after, like, I don't know, 3 laps or so, it's gonna be pretty hefty on where this race. Oh, bloody hell. Okay. Have any liters? Yeah, I should do fine. 1,700% tire wear? You'd think so, but it's only 200%. It's crazy. This thing eats its tires. Let's see on the hards. I don't even know if the softs are going to be cut out for qualifying, to be honest, if the mediums are going through that quickly. Looking at the Bardstone Pro tires, it seems like the hards can wear a lot more before they actually start hitting a drop off. Maybe with a 50 km/h outlap, probably. Oh. Doesn't help the rears. The rear end just wants to go everywhere around here. This thing does not want to sit straight at all. It just wants to go in like different directions. And you can see even on the hard tires. Did I loosen the rear ARB? No, because it's meant to be a fixed setup series. Albeit, it might still not be. It wasn't set to be originally, then I let him know too late. And I'm not sure if he's changed it for this week, so we'll see. But I'm at least sticking to the spirit. Even if it might not actually be. Okay, I got a little too eager on the rear. Braking. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one though. This car is absolutely devouring its tires. No. Actually, let's just put the softs on. See how long the softs are gonna get us. I'm curious. I'm still on like full race tank, but let's see. We could play around with like the braking though, and obviously tire compounds. But yeah, there are no real other changes. But I mean, the brakes should help us. I can push it more to the front if I want more stability. It's at 61 by default, which is quite front biased in this. I'd say, oh, the tires are overheating. Yeah, okay. I think it's probably going to be mediums for qualifying, unless... Oh, I just noticed my road is at 36 degrees. I think it's a bit cooler in the SRS server. I don't actually know. I'm pretty certain I had it set to be cooler than that. So actually, this probably explains why I'm eating through tires way more aggressively than I was in previous weeks. Because the, it's just set to be hotter in this session. We'll see what it's actually like in the server when we get there, but... Okay, well they might just survive a lap. Yeah, an outlap, a slow outlap than an actual lap, and... Very slightly for 99%. Yeah, I think it's because it's very hot. Also, this car just doesn't have as much grip as you maybe think it does as well. At least that's what I'm finding. It has a decent amount of grip, but not a crazy amount. On our second lap, and we've hit the yellow zone on the rear lap. I think in the actual server, the wear will be a bit better, because I'm expecting it to be slightly colder. We're not going to be heating the tire as much through the opening sector. This is where we're absolutely cooking it right now. Good to know once those tires start to go. Yeah, hot tires with losing grip. Yeah, okay. Need to push the brake bias forward because it just wants to go. I think though. Where am I doing? I'm clicking on all the wrong things. Online. Oh, it's... Okay, the server does seem to be up. Oh, okay. It's loaded. Okay. They've had a weird bug lately where I've had to, like, restart Content Manager every time I want to actually join the server. It's like, I'll pull up the server with Content Manager, and then it'll just refuse to load the information. I guess. Yep. It's still bugged. Oh well. Okay, 28C. Okay, that's actually not much better than I thought. I'm gonna tell you, I've got to check some. Well, that's a surprise. Unless there's been a newer version of the track, but I don't think there has been. Yeah, it's 8 degrees lower, yeah. Should help. This will be an interesting race, though, I think. Just like a couple other races in this car, I feel like it's going to be more about just holding on than it is running fast laps. Of course, fast laps will be important if you want to win, but just keeping it pointing the right way for the whole 20 minutes is not going to be easy. It doesn't look like the tire wear is that much better, though. Which is mildly concerning. Seems to be a little more even. Yeah, it's only 95% grip, yeah. Qualifying will likely be similar grip, and then the race will be 100. I think the last few laps of this race will be quite interesting. Of course, fuel will have mostly burnt off by then, but the car is likely going to be all over the road. Having some kind of issues. Not sure what those could be, though. I don't know. I know certain the guy who did this track took it off of race department after 18th in Miko, of course. After a bit of a falling out because of LFM reusing his tracks without permission. Or modifying his tracks without his permission, should I say. Reusing them, I think, is fine. Or, like, using them for series and stuff is fine, but, like, they were tweaking the tracks and redistributing them themselves. But he still has them uploaded. But I don't know if he's updated them on the other website. But he has them uploaded to now. Well, I was allowed to understand that. If he has, that is a problem. But I haven't checked. version of the track. I guess he's trying different versions. Let's see if I can find the correct version for him. Oh, it's over. Tracks. JR, I think. Very gingerly out the pits. Maybe should have just gone out in the mediums actually, but we'll see what we get with the softs. Do you know what? Yeah, I think fuck it. I think mediums might be the better option. And get more laps in. We're at 94% grip at the moment. Crazy. Oh no. Great way to start qualifying. They're completely invalidating my lap times. But I did pick the mediums. Otherwise I would be pretty bummed right now, I think. You know, fuck it. We're not gonna qualify. Gamble. I keep fucking this up. And I'm gonna see if I can try and get the old, track up for Mateo. Do I already have it uploaded? I might already have it uploaded. I have a lot of tracks just uploaded. No. I don't. Oh, it might not get done in time. Let's see. It's qualifying shaking out. Yari's got the lead. And Miko's not doing laps. Well, not doing serious laps, should I say. It's like a lot of people actually just qualifying on the hard tire. Or they've gone back and put the hard tires on. Ugh. Okay. This will be interesting. Last to first, I wish. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It seemed like he couldn't get the right version installed. Jim did not go. And yeah, it seems like on the new website, which is like the Ko-Fi, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. You can only get the latest version, so we'll have to make sure to get that updated for next time we run it, because there's a slightly newer version, obviously. Negotiate Jim up here. It's only up from here, I guess, so. No qualifying result to to unceremoniously undo. Great run here in the slipstream. Oh. No space there. Oh, he's outbraked himself, though. I got a bit loose over the crest. That was almost a little bad. Alright. Now on the hunt. See if I can catch up to the rest of the field. Oh, oh, not if I'm running the curb like that. No. Actually, not even at 100% grip, we're only at 99, which is interesting. Road temp's still the same though. Seems like Nico's having a hard time getting through the rest of the grid though. Still behind Robert. But it did look like he was trying. He went faster than the two of them that time, so extra place might be on the cards, yeah. Move up to 4th place. Taking it pretty carefully, actually, though. Don't want to hurt the tires too much, and I don't want to risk too much. I have nothing to lose, really. Because I started from the back. Bollocks. The one thing I'm coming to not like about this car, which I didn't really pick up on in testing, is how awful this car's turning circle is. Like, the steering setup in this car, completely atrocious. That wheel turns 180 degrees and that's all you get. Which is... And it doesn't equate to much on those front wheels either. So, you really can't counter steer out of anything. Which puts even more of an emphasis on just keeping the car pointing the right way. And of course, there's a track of a lot of bumps and ridges that want you to do exactly not that. Back to the pack we go, which massively diminishes my chances of getting any higher than 5th, but I'm still gonna try. If I can stop touching curbs, that would be very helpful. Nick that curb a little bit. A bit of gravel. Nom nom. Slowly catching up to Jim. Keep floundering, which isn't good. Still stuck behind Robert though, which is surprising. faster than them that lap, which is good. I'm braking really gently through a lot of this track. Yeah, right, I hit that gravel last time. I completely forgot about that. Set a PB. And I nommed a bunch of gravel, so I've gained a 3 free temps in this lap for doing absolutely nothing. Seems like Miko's run into some trouble, though. He's dropped way off of Robert. Guessing he probably spun at the top here. Under what circumstances, who knows, but... easily done, so not terribly surprised. I should lift it a bit more. Oh. Be able to Tony Hawk over that curb. Dirty air time. Oh, that really... oh, no grip at all. Stream again now. It's going to allow us to catch up enough to overtake. Oh, it might just. I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. Going clean air, hitting a 17 casually. Absolute madman. Jim's just going to let me go. Okay. Didn't have to do that. Oh, I made it. So I immediately go and do that like a fucking moron. And let him back through. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I regret that decision, I feel. Slightly more frontal brake bias, I guess. I don't like how much I just can't turn with it, though. Holy crap. Yeah, it's feeling better under braking though. Just that 1% increase to the front. Just to give me that bit of extra confidence as those tires wear down. It's probably what I'm gonna have to do is just slowly work this brake bias forward as we work our way through. Might get back up to the default value come the end, we'll see. Seems like these hards might just avoid falling off. We'll see though. Still 8 minutes to go. We've got a huge run on the exit there. This has been, I'm going to take pretty much no slipstream. Jim in the end. Let's try and not immediately blow it again, like I've done all the other times. Oh no, he's gone off. Oh, that's tragic. I just can't really... This is definitely the hardest one we've done so far in this. Like I say, from my initial testing, I was expecting a little more from this car, but I'm not really getting it. Just to show how valid my testing is. Not that I do a crazy amount of testing, but I drive this car a little bit. Seems like Jim's had enough. He wasn't willing for me to wait. I can't English. He wasn't waiting for me to spin out again, inevitably. Don't know what he's apologizing to me for. I only have myself to blame for my shitty driving. Well, we actually are going to get pretty close. I think we are going to actually start getting some fall off on these tires. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects things. I'm way out of contention for anything at this point now, so just gotta... That being said, Miko is still stuck in 4th place. He put in some crazy laps, but he's just not been able to make the moves, which is very interesting. I mean, I know it's not easy to pass at Road Atlanta, but there's definitely places you can do it. So I'm surprised he hasn't made it yet. Granted, you do need some degree of confidence, which I don't think this car affords you a whole lot of. At least not me. This is a track that, yeah, definitely demands a lot of confidence from you to really do well at. Oh, I risked a lot there. Scruffy there. We've recouped the deficit we lost from that bit of a messy exit. There's a Gary and Batir pretty close for the lead as well, which is interesting. Pretty much annihilated my deficit. We've rebuilt most of it back again. On the exit. 118. I'll take that. But I could have been doing those lap times earlier instead of spinning out and going off the track. But hey ho, is what it is. I think this is going to be a bit of a downer, at least in my own championships. A bit of a downer season for me. It's not been going terribly. Oh, Robert must have had enough because it's noticed he's only just up the road. So maybe 4th place is on the table. I'm not sure though. It's going to be tricky. It's quite a ways away still. But yeah, so far in these first 3 races, yeah, not been. Mondays have been going okay, which is a surprise. Um, but yeah, these Tuesday races, I think this is a bit of an offbeat season for me. After we had a pretty successful one last season, I'd say. Well, the roof was meh, but ran one of my most competitive championship seasons I think I've ever done. I lost on the title for one mistake, really, at Le Mans. Maybe two. Nah, I think one. It was kind of doomed. I was maybe doomed at Le Mans regardless, though. I don't think I was fully aware of the fuel advantage that the Ferraris had. But yeah, I certainly didn't help myself by plowing the car into a wall. So... Well, did I hit the wall? I don't remember. I think I just spun. If Nico doesn't clock a 116, I'm disappointed. He is, like, so close. Apologies. No need to be apologetic. The only faults I have done tonight are through my own bad driving. Going off the road. Generally being a bit of a terrible driver. Ooh, I nearly threw it again. My own crummy driving is what's undone me, not really anything else. It's not been easy though. I usually run quite well at Road Atlanta, but this car just hasn't given me any real confidence. Apart from that one, like 118 map. Got pretty good then. But then it's kinda crumbled. We got one more lap? I think we do, yeah. But we're just going to start hitting that drop-off point on this final lap. Hey Adam, how's it going? Unfortunate. Hopefully my terrible racing abilities will ail that a bit. You can at least get some amusement, hopefully, out of my failures. So if I can't do good, I'll at least entertain people by doing bad, right? Gotta put on a show. Two CVs will be interesting, though. Hopefully, and catch a bit of a better break. And not be involved in some shit. Like I have been the first two races. Oh, I could have done that corner flat the whole time. Oof. You already held off, though. They're too predictable these days. What do you mean, too predictable? For shit? Nah, slippers aren't shit. What am I doing? Replay. Yes. Yes. Let's see how that could not find it. Oh, did I already save it? I was 50-50 with throw at one point. I see you have the utmost faith in my driving abilities. Should have a small preview in Discord. Oh, wrong. Bugger. The wrong thing. Okay, there we go. It's better. Okay. Very close to the start. I'm surprised, though, that Miko didn't... Okay, he settles. I think everyone was taking it quite easy the first lap, though. I definitely was. Because that was, wasn't sure how these tires were gonna hold. No, I haven't really had a chance to set anything up. I saw you posted about it. I read a little bit about it. I don't know if there's a lot of value there for what I do, maybe, but we'll see. I went here, but there just wasn't enough space. And then he unfortunately went off. Was he to that? Well, I mean... Yeah, those curves. Where did I spin? Was it the snap? No, it's the next lap. Yeah, this is when I still thought I had a hope of going anywhere beyond 5th place. Where is it? Not here. Oh, there's only exit here, right? Yeah. Yeah, just on that curb. Kind of turn off a bit. And you just can't catch the car once it's gone like that. Like, look, that's full steering lock right there. Look at that. That's it. That's all you get. I hadn't actually seen what it looked like on the model, but that is... that is pitiful. You really have to rely on just, like, goosing the throttle to get it turned around. I feel like if you were to take these around Monaco, you'd have to wall ride. Or just, like, have such a comedically rear bias setup that it just spins out under braking or something. I think that was it, yeah. I started catching up to Jim. And then... Oh yeah, this was funny. No grip. I was in the dirt here. I was like, okay, I'll get some grip. Nope, nothing. Front didn't want to bite. Rear didn't want to bite. Nothing. And here he lets me go, which was a terrible move, because I immediately going through it way off the road. I thought I needed to slow down a bit more than I actually did. I didn't really need to. Yeah, he likely would have gotten past anyways. Yeah, it is 360 degrees, but like... that doesn't inherently, like, there's sort of obviously like a ratio between how much the wheel turns and how much the steering wheel turns and how much the car's wheels turns. Yeah, he didn't get a great launch out of here. So I capitalized and went for it, which proved to work out. That was basically my race. Unfortunately got a little wide there. What happened to Robert? Because he, what happened to Miko first? Let's see. Miko was running into some trouble. Is he ahead? No. He already messed up here. Okay. He's going at it. Yeah, no, yeah, like the, of course, like, low, like, rotation doesn't help, but, or low real rotation doesn't help, but, yeah. It also doesn't have the steering ratio. Which actually, I think is one setting that I would really like to have in AC that you just don't get. I don't think I've seen a single car with a steering ratio adjuster. Because I just don't think AC really supports it. Oh, he goes in pretty hot. Did he overcook it? No, but he ended up giving it back. Maybe not intentionally, but it was the safer play to make than to try and force it. Ooh. Okay, no, that worked. Bit squirrely. He's still hanging on. Oh, the bear got a bit wide. So he takes his chances. Is this where it goes wrong? Oh, yeah. Too much throttle. Yeah, the rear end just said no. Whoa. Oh, no. I was about to say just missed the wall, but no, you got it. He started putting in some blistering speed down there. He caught right back up. I didn't see if he got that 16 in the end, so I guess we'll have to check. I went back to back to the same old shindig. So what happened to Repair though? Oh. Oh, he broke the curb. Yeah, there you go. There he goes. Gets on that curb and loses it. Pretty slick recovery. I guess he knew there was a huge gap behind him, so he could just put the clutch in, let it roll back around, and there you go. He's back the right way again. Up front though, Mattia and Yari. Guess Mattia just wasn't really able to put a challenge up. Yari held him off till the end. Oh. He actually had a sizable gap. Did he make a mistake somewhere? No, I think it's just okay. If it was a small one. I think it's just natural pushing and pulling. Fair enough. Results time. Let's go and get those up. See how things stand. Hey. There you go. Results. So Yari takes the win. I didn't get the 16. Shameful. Yari got the win with a 17-8. Mattia came second with an 18-0. Miko in third with a 17-0. Only driving to get an incident point. Also, so very clean, or pretty clean race. Albeit I definitely didn't feel very clean from the cockpit of my car. I just didn't hit any walls or any cars. Robert with an 18.6, myself with an 18.7, and Jim with a 19.9. So most people got into the 18s at the end. Couple of speedy boys in the 17s. Jeez, it's like a 8 Near 8/10 deficit between just Miko and Yari alone. Crazy. Of course, not much movement on the grass. Never done between the two of us and Miko climbing up. But generally, nobody really seemed to be able to make anything happen. So overall, Miko still leads. Been on every step of the podium so far. Yari is in second now, 11 points back. I'm in third. I'm surprised by that. Oh, Mattia missed last week. That'd probably be why. With 280. I'm only 4 points back, actually. So I guess, yeah, the last couple of races didn't go terribly. But I think just in general, I've been struggling to get speed out of the car. Or consistent speed, should I say. Yeah, so those two podiums buffer me a bit. Robert in fourth. He's 10 points back. Jim in fifth is only 8 points back off of Robert. So it's pretty close. As we end the American leg of the championship. And we head on to Monza. Yeah, hopefully these European tracks should be a bit easier and allow for a bit better racing. I noticed that I picked some of the twistiest and most up and downy American tracks I could have. In Laguna Seca, Barber, and Road Atlanta, but we've then got Monza, Donington, and the Red Bull Ring to finish things off, so we'll see how those go. But now, it's good old Citroen time. Time to bust out the plucky 2CV, and we're heading to Rome. I have a feeling there was something else I wanted to do. Oh, right, yeah, I need to change the fuel consumption back. Fuel and tire wear back to 1. Otherwise, we'll be through this car's fuel tank in like 2 minutes. Tires we should be fine, but the fuel tank will be through that in like 2 minutes. Because it does not hold a lot. I haven't got to the race. I only got about like 10 minutes or so. That's not too bad. I like I have a bit better handle on the car at Barcelona. We're gonna try that setup. I think that should work out here. Let's see what we can get. The end of the road temperature is very high. I don't know if that's something with some like funny weather shit. Maybe CSP has done some stuff. One annoying thing is when I notice when I have CSP on, I can't select the default weather options. It gives me some like CSP alternative versions, which is weird. I don't know why it like completely overrides the selection. This hill is not gonna deter the old 2CV, which is good. We're a liter down in consumption already, though. This thing is thirsty. Big old run up here, though. I don't actually know where the braking point would be in the 2CV. I should have stayed in third. Good to know. always forget, just this thing hooks in really well. Just something that I need to keep mental note of. Okay. Slowly slow ourselves down to second gear. Winding through there. I forget where the track goes. Oh yeah, right, chicane. Don't think I can plant this right. No. Slow down a bit. Oh, it's this corner. Fuck. Okay, we're good. Big old hairpin. The old sort of teardrop-shaped hairpin. I don't know if there's any other tracks really with a hairpin like that. Which does make this track kind of unique. And of course, because Formula E is very smart in sticking to its guns. Ooh. One of there. 248. Of course, the actual tracks that they still advertise the series on don't really exist anymore. Don't really understand where Formula E is trying to go in the grand scheme of things. I watched the Miami race at the weekend because they were re-showing it when I was eating my breakfast, and it was boring as fuck. Because the current Formula E package just doesn't really work at conventional racetracks. Because you lose the stop-start nature of like of these like street circuits, and you have a lot more flow. I mean, this track's got a reason. It's got flow in some sections like this bit, but like obviously a lot of the corners are just like 90 degrees or sharper. Which, you know, helps with, like, keeping the battery charge up more and consumption. But on, like, more open tracks, like the Homestead one they're at, they're, like, massively saving. To try and make it to the end. Then there was some degree of controversy because Formula E is just like NASCAR and loves shooting itself in the foot with the no added laps, meaning that like 5 or 6 drivers got a penalty because they couldn't use the attack mode due to the red flag and whatnot, and bumbling around behind a safety car that went like 2 miles an hour. Oh shit. It's just like, I don't know, I was just looking at it and I was like, what is the end goal here? Because the whole shtick behind Formula E used to be, or, well, they still pretend it is, that it's like, oh, we get to race in like the hearts of cities and whatnot, you know, places where you would never get a race with combustion cars. But it's not anymore. More often than not, they're just going to conventional tracks like nowadays, like any other series would, because they've made the cars too fast for these tracks. This is like, what are you getting? Like, what are you trying to achieve? Make your car so fast that it can't race on the tracks that you have promoted the series on. And then the tracks that you have to bring in to replace those tracks aren't suited to your car at all, no matter how many, or no matter the addition of like pointless extra chicanes and whatnot. I did because I wasn't fully aware of the consequences. Now I am. If they gave them more battery to run on these tracks, or shortened the races so they didn't have to save as aggressively, like, it'd be more interesting. Honestly, though, I think one of Formula E's biggest blights... Of course, the car getting faster and faster is one of them. But I think one of its biggest blights is its forced battery mileage finish. Even when the cars were slower, this was something that I think has been a problem since, like, the dawn of Formula E. Is that they want a battery mileage finish every race. Which means that they've tried a variety of different measures to extend the race if a safety car comes out, or to not I say extend the race, but there was, of course, the infamous system where they just took power away from the cars that they had under a safety car, or if a safety car came out, which led to the infamous Valencia farce where everyone ran out of battery because they took away too much. Actually, the trader, this is something you complain about the sport no matter what. It's because it's really poorly managed. I'm all for, like if they produced something that was consistently entertaining, I'd happily sit down and watch it. Unlike most people, I don't really have any quarrels against watching electric cars go around. But, like, oftentimes when I sit down and watch the races, even though they're not that long, it feels like I'm kind of wasting my time. The series just makes stupid decision after stupid decision after stupid decision. But sort of similarly to NASCAR, it has something pretty unique. So people will turn up and watch it anyways, and teams will stick around, because where else are they gonna go? Not like there's any other successful electric racing series they could go to. I mean, you'll find if I complain about something a lot, it's often because I want it to be better than it is. If it's something I don't give a shit about, I just won't really talk about it. Like, unless somebody asks me for my opinion on it, then I'll just say, yeah, it's kind of shit. But if it's, oh crap, ow. If it's something I'm, like, have some degree of interest in, and it's like, damn, this kind of sucks. Then ooh, would be more likely to complain. Okay, basically 21 minutes. Okay, we actually won't feel safe here. Good to know. At least I don't think so. Okay, I don't think the server's just up yet. I jumped the gun. Yep, there we go. Did jump the gun. Sometimes it's up before the little bell goes off, though.
Skin upload failed. Your skin is larger than 10 megabytes.
Yeah. I mean, like, when I also, to kind of, I guess, backtrack a little bit, when I said a while ago that they should race on more normal tracks, I didn't mean for them to, like, completely take over the schedule as well. I meant more in, like, the IndyCar kind of way, where you get a nice balance between the two. Like, IndyCar has a nice balance between street circuits and road courses. I'd argue they maybe could do have a couple more ovals. But, you know, between the street circuits and the road courses, I feel like there's a nice mix there, you know? But Formula E has gone from being basically only street circuits to now, I think it's like basically only, bar like London, I think, and maybe like one other track. They're basically all permanent venues now. Which is a little bit misleading because they still market themselves. They still market the whole, like, racing in cities thing when it's like, okay, you're not really doing that as much anymore, though. Like, I think there was one race, I think I said that because there was one race I looked at, like, a few years ago. I think it was at, like, some track in Brazil, I think, and it was a really good race. And I was like, oh, you know, they should do this more. I quite like that. But now they've kind of become a victim of their own strange design choices. Formally should have 2 car packages for bigger tracks and street tracks. Yeah, no, I do kind of agree with that. I think, yeah, if they had like lower powered cars for the street circuits, that'd be pretty good. Because that's the problem, is that, yeah, they have scaled themselves out of a lot of these street venues, because with all the extra power and like the 4-wheel drive you get under the attack mode, these cars are just too fast for some of these tracks. They have to have charging stops in the future. They actually have rolled it out this year. Sort of. Kind of. Not really. It's in, like, I think they're already doing it at, like, a couple of races these years. Because, like, I think the FIA was trying to push back because they're like, it's not ready yet, it's not ready yet, we don't think it's fully safe. But Formula E's like, nah, we're doing it. And I think, so yeah, I think this year it's debuting at a couple of races, but I can't remember which. It's really confusing. It's like, oh, they do have fast charging, but it's only at, like, double headers only, okay. Even then, I think it's still kind of, like, half-assed, probably. I don't know. I think the main thing that I'd like them to change to get me more invested is just stop fucking around with the race distance. Also remove attack mode, because it's just silly. Like, have, like, a push-to-pass thing, sure, but, like, attack mode is just dumb. There's a gimmick designed to forcibly create overtakes. Even then, it still didn't really work. So who would have guessed? If you force a driver to drop position in a track where they can't overtake, they still can't overtake. It does create a bit of a snakes and ladders, in a way, but, like, also not really. It's the same in NASCAR of, like, the overtime rule. I don't like the overtime stuff in NASCAR. Like, do one overtime, sure, okay. But, like, in, like, current day NASCAR, they overtime until they get to the finish. And it's like, well, okay, now you're basically saying that you can just spin your way through to the front. Like, oh, we haven't got to the white flag yet? I'll just spin some guy out. Oh, we haven't got to the white flag yet? I'll just spin another guy out. Just rinse, repeat that till I get to the front, win the race. Let's go. Like attack, we're probably the most outstanding thing about FE. I don't like the way it's... I don't know. It just feels a bit too tacked on. I like that they've tried to do a bit more with it in recent years. Like, now they can, like, split the timing strategies. That I like. Where it's like, oh, you know, drivers have more control over, you know, do they want to take 4 and 4, or 2 and 6, or 6 and 2? Maybe 3 and 5? I don't think they can do 3 and 5. I'm not sure. Ooh, I would cook that. Like that? That's a bit better. But it's just like... I don't know why they couldn't just give them, like, say, a push to pass. Or something. It was like the race in Miami kind of ended a bit controversially. Because, again, like, a bunch of drivers couldn't take the attack mode. But Formula E, when there's a safety car and a red flag, well, there was a red flag even in that race. But when there's safety cars in FE, they usually add extra laps onto the race. So some of the teams probably thought they might have been okay because they would have gotten extra laps. But then the race director came on with 2 laps to go saying that they weren't going to add any. So all those drivers were just left high and dry. Plus an added risk means up the line you could end up in a wall. Will also be a good view for cameras and viewers in the near stands. I think drivers are more likely... Oh, shit. I went in a bit too deep there. I feel like drivers are more likely to miss it by going too shallow than too deep. I don't think I've seen anyone go too deep. It might have happened a couple of times, but I feel like it's more common to see them going too shallow and miss it that way. Feel-wise, it reminded me of... I don't know, I don't get the same feeling. Because at least, like, the Joker lap, there's a bit more to it. Like, it's not just sacrifice a corner because we told you to, but do it twice. Oh, and also, once you take that, you then get a power boost, but you have to make sure that power boost runs out before the race ends, or you get a penalty. Like, it's just so much, like... added fake fluff on top of the race that I really don't feel is needed. It doesn't... like, it... it just doesn't really make the racing feel all that satisfying to watch. they're sort of playing a game that's only half real. I said it occurs, but it's an actual little ICE engine. Brilliant idea. I'm sure they'd love that. That was a pretty shabby lap because I was delivering. Forgot I downloaded Matteo's delivery, but I didn't install it. We'll get it for the replay though, so I guess we can laugh at what he cooked up. He's cooked up something saucy or not. But focus now is on getting through these qualifying laps. Of course, like, I know back in the day, Formula E, I think probably pushed the more, I think they probably pushed the more conservative racing style because of, you know, electric technology was nowhere near as developed as it is today. So the cars were more prone to overheating, and they might still be. But I feel like nowadays we could get away with pushing the cars a lot harder without them, like, overheating. Because, you know, the technology has had a reasonable amount of time now to mature. And with how much more prevalent it's become in the road space, you know, obviously advances have been made. Of course, you could argue the whole developmental side of Formula E is a bit weak anyways, because the main thing you want to develop is the one thing they can't develop. Which is the batteries. Which I understand why they want to make the battery spec, but obviously, and like motor enhancements do have their benefits, but it's like, obviously the main thing is how do we extract as much power from these batteries as possible, but also make the batteries as compact as possible. That's one of the biggest challenges electric cars have at the moment. You know, because they're often weighed down by these gargantuan battery packs. I should have been on the throttle for that corner. I wasn't. I mean, like, I know most pretty much every motorsport, it's like, oh yeah, you know, we help out, like, we provide innovations for, like, the road. They're lying. Like, they don't. If they do, it's very minimal. But it's like, it's just extremely blatant when you don't even, like, address the main kind of challenge that manufacturers are facing with the sort of system. It's so easy to overcook that quarter. It costs you so much. Ooh, I thought I overdid that. But I think we just got that. Whether that was any good or not, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm a third in terms of lap time, so Robert putting in a crazy, like, 32 or something. Yeah, 32. Jesus Christ. Ironically, I think actually we're actually, I guess, in a way, loosely replicating Formula E with this championship. With how much this thing guzzles through its tank. But not quite really. Like, we can push. Like, we've got the series is split 3 street circuits, 3 like full-size tracks. And the full-size tracks I think will demand more saving. Apart from the Nordschleifer at the end. That's not. It's like you're not doing 2 laps without pitting. You're gonna have to pit. But like Barcelona, for example, last week that demanded a bit of saving. Jesus. I got him fast. But Monaco was a little tiny bit, but I think this race, let me check the fuel again. Yeah, 21 minutes 40. Oh, actually, maybe a tiny bit, like tiny bit. 21:40 might be a little short, but I think it'll work out. So that'll be interesting to see. I forget where we're...
Skins unavailable. Carry on.
Okay, thank you. I forget where we're at next week. I think because people left. I think everyone's back in. Oh no, okay, we still got cars on a lap, okay. Henning, Batia... Just those 2, I think. Henning is improving. Pretty substantially too. Batia's jumped a bit, so it'll just be Henning now. Ooh, still a bit back. But it could all change in the race. This will be saucy. According to that, I'm going to have to save 1 liter, but that's going down as we sit here, so... We'll see how true that ends up ringing. Very quiet on the grid. Huh. Interestingly, I can see that Yari has a very flat car. I guess my car's quite flat as well. Seems like Mart has opted for a much higher rear end on his. You can see there's quite a lot of rake. So the I will need it. Here with the blinding headlights. Big stack up through here on the first lap. So Mr. Venuti behind me, okay. I'm not really going to be getting any slipstream from the cars ahead though, which is a problem. So be getting a bit from me. With Yari and Mart side by side, that does work out pretty conveniently. I'm going to be keeping an eye on that leader ad number though as we go through. Is he really going to try it on the inside here? He is a maniac. Ooh, little nudge. But we both get through fine. So he really wants that spot. Should have stayed in 3rd gear. Kind of got compromised a bit. Chicane for the first time we go. It's formally the support race to this. Yeah. Of course. Oh, that's a big lean from Matteo there. Holy shit. I don't know if he's done much setup work on that car at all. You could see a huge lean. whereas mine, for example, is a lot more stable because it's flattened and... or it's been lowered and stiffened. It doesn't roll so hard. Pretty much exactly what I wanted. Just makes it so much more stable, as we found out at Monaco. Nico Mattia lurking in the background there, though. Just something we're gonna have to be wary of. Break through there, but we made it. Fuel numbers still sitting about 1 litre, which is not too bad. I shouldn't have downshifted. Thought I would have needed to, but I didn't. Not really getting much slipstream up here. I'm getting a tiny bit, but not really enough to do anything. Ooh. Bit of pressure on the Mateo now. See if I can get him to brake. Definitely had a lot more confidence in that chicane than I did. Nico is right behind me though. Mattia hot in suit. Definitely my weakest corner on the track, that one. Gets it right up. Is he going to try and make a move? I don't think it'd be wise to do that through here. Never know. Two minutes 30, Jesus Christ. My fuel consumption has gone to 1.68 to add. So he's got to go up the inside. We've gone wide. Oh, I touched him. We left though. Oh, he's gone. Oh, I've been hit from the rear. Like a 3-car ping pong there. Just trying to back off and then just get forced into the corner anyways. Is he falling off even more? I don't even know. That was terrible from me. Go for the push. Well, he's gonna go for a little push. He didn't connect very well though. Now. To be honest, the series is painting a reminder why I don't pick front wheel drives. He's not trying it there. You're not. You're just not, buddy. Good. He didn't. fine. It's gonna go right into my rear. Big old bonk. Just can't get comfortable in this thing. The tables are turned. Oh, a bit hit. Don't know by who. Three wide, I think we might be. Yep. Stuck on the outside. Just great. Oh my god, I got a better run out there than Miko did. Holy shit. I do need to start saving a bit of fuel though, I think. I'm not sure. It's the advantage on me though from having the inside. We are like miles off the rest of the grid though now. Oh, ow. If only I was at a rear-wheel drive right now, it'd be so much nicer. But he's coming at me through the chicane again. I didn't realize that was a terrible idea. Ah, fuck. Oh, okay. Lift. He's gonna sweep around the outside here, I think. Not quite. Odd. Thought I could go through the inside, but I couldn't. Can't seem to break this formation. He's got way on the inside, holy shit. It's gonna work probably though. He's conceding. I think he gave up a bit too much momentum there though. Okay, didn't hit the wall. Didn't hit the wall, but good. Just can't drive. Oh, he got that a bit wrong. Except for me. Way too early there. That was a terrible line. Can't fucking turn. Right, too hard there. Man, I just can't drive this thing. Guess it's now just save fuel and sit in this pocket. It's still telling me that I'm a leader down, which isn't great. Brake angle on these happy 16 levels. I mean, some of them, yes, it kind of varies. Some of them don't have. Mine doesn't have a lot of rake. I don't think Matthias has a lot of rake either. Might do. I wasn't really looking too closely, to be honest. I saw Mart did. I'm like choking it real hard through there. It's not like in there. Yes, you can, the setup options we have on these are pretty ludicrous. We can basically lower the car so low that it scrapes along the ground. And we could stiffen the suspension to 5 times its original stiffness. But apparently, according to the mod description, that's the parameters they have in the real life UK series, which is crazy. These old car suspensions are very advanced, adjustable. I don't know if this one was out of the box. I think it might be on some coilovers, but because I know Citroen had the funky like hydropneumatic suspension stuff, but maybe the hydropneumatic suspension was quite adjustable. But I'm not sure that would make for a great race car. To be beaten for this, you can lower the original front suspension to the point of no use. Had a lot of fun on these. I can imagine. Opens up a lot of space for tomfoolery. Okay, we're good. chances are this race will go on for another lap, so it'll be interesting to see how those fuels are holding up, though. It's still telling me that I have a fair bit to save. Well, that was a bit of a mistake. Come on! So the hope is that these guys run out and I don't. It's entirely dependent though on if they cross the line or not in this next minute. But I think even if I want to make it, I gotta be careful on that loud pedal. Ideally, I should be doing this more systematically throughout the race, but we'll see how this goes. Again, the big question is, will they cross the line? Which I think they will. Which makes things very saucy. Either that, or I've just been really bad at fuel consumption. Yep, there you go, they crossed the line. This will be interesting. Gonna be tight? I think so. Mine's telling me I'm not gonna have enough. I thought we might have been clean, but I think the front pace might have just reached a point where it was just too quick. According to this, I'm going to finish with 0.01 to spare, but we're going to see. I'm gambling on the fact that they are going to run out. And hopefully, I'm going to be there to pick up the spoils from those who do. Oh, Mart's fallen. I think he might have run out. Many of the others. Let's see. There'll be a bit of a killer gun up the hill here, though. Definitely put me back into the red. Maybe not. Mark might have just had a spell. I'm not sure. Oh no, I'm getting closer. I think he has run out. No. I think I might. I should have enough now though to make it. Yeah, I got across the line, so does Mattia, I think. Yep, there you go. Well, I do need to be careful, though. I thought I would have had enough, but I actually had quite a lot through that section. Oh, there we go, I'm out. This thing is comedically fuel inefficient. There we go, though. I finished. It's dead silent. That's funny. Oh, Rob run out. Can Henning make it? They're both just sat there. Oh no. The scenes. Can Henning make it though? Right, he's got a couple more quarters to go. I think he is. Pushing. Yep, Henning makes it. He's gonna scoop up 5th place, I think. No, Mateo got 5th. Wait. I don't think that's updated for me. Henning go a lap down? I'm so confused. Mods is sat there though. Who's still out? Something else is still out on track. Robert. Oh, he's come back to push him. Needs to be careful. Might end up in SRS jail a bit too. Needs to try and get the cars to link. One thing I think a lot of people do miss when they try and bump draft in AC. Cooler toad. At least someone got the spirit. I didn't have a... I would have, but I didn't have enough fuel myself. I just crossed the line. So pushing another car would have tipped me under into the red. Well, it would have tipped me into the red earlier than normal. Mark did finish. that was something. I thought at the start that we would have been good. And I think some of the others did as well. But it sort of became a bit of a growing worry as the race went on that, yeah, it wasn't gonna make it. That was funny. You know, I think I actually salvaged a few places there. I don't really know where I was before that. It felt like I was, like, way behind, but I was 4th in the end? I don't know where I really was. That was a perplexing race. I guess some people must have taken the pits. Oh yeah, first lap. Yeah, first lap was actually, yeah, first lap was shorter. So I would have thought the first lap would have... I would have thought that the first lap would have given us enough. Oh, wait, no, yeah, because the first lap is shorter, we did an extra lap. Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point. I forgot about that. I should be taking fuel. Hey, I made it. I made it, you didn't. Only just, I finished, I rolled across the line, but I made it. Admittedly, that's because I deviated off of my strategy and pushed a bit at the end. But hey, that's why you should monitor things. I was monitoring my fuel number throughout the race. Oh, the mirrors really do... It looked like he was right on me in the mirrors, but he actually was quite a bit back. Honestly, the fuel shenanigans saved me there. Okay, so I'm 4th here. Jumping down to 5th. Okay, so I did get in a couple of places. Because, yeah, Mika and Mattia get past me. So I would have dropped down. So I'm... What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I gained the Matteo Martin Robert. You said, shouldn't need the fuel save for this race and took it to heart. I took it to heart too, and then I realized that wasn't the plan. Virtual mirror overwrites all the mirrors. Well, I was only looking at the virtual mirror. It was just that he seemed closer than he actually was. But usually in like a real car, in the virtual, or in like the central mirror, it's not that bad. Usually in AC as well, but I think just because this car is so small. Not a bad start, all things considered. I did lose a place, but it could have been worse. I'll be honest though, the fuel stuff saved me so much. I just can't drive front-wheel drive. I just can't do it. He's virtually essentially just have one mirror's view in multiple spots. Ah, okay. But like I said, I only really use the virtual anyways. I can rarely see my actual mirrors. Like here, I can't really. I can see my right mirror, but it's like so far out of the way, it's easier to just look up and see the virtual. I just use the virtual, looking left and right, and the little red arrow. That's all I use to tell where cars are around me. And of course, all of those have their flaws. In some ways, though, it's a little more realistic, though. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Actually, I guess it kind of is. This is a bit of an oopsie. I don't know if he closed in or not, though. Did he? Ah, oh, the hitboxes again. Look at that. There's so much space. I was like, oh yeah, I think we might just make it. Nope, hitboxes. I was like, oh, I'll back off, and then bonk. You don't use the real mirrors. No. If that's a CSP thing, no. My CSP is still set, like, super minimal. I can't be bothered to just go through the, like, million settings that it has. I'll go back and take another look at that, though. See what happened? Oh, the tier. Oh, I guess I was just... Oh, I guess because I was backing off, but I had to sort of dive out of the way. Having reverse next to second is a bad idea. Oh, did you hit reverse there? Oh, yeah, oh no! Oh. Oh. I don't want to mix front lights and mirrors into flares. No, that's just CSP in general. CSP makes the front lights actually do something, which is great for night racing. Not so much for daytime. Because yeah, in default AC, the lights don't really actually do anything. They light up, but they don't really emit any light themselves. CSP makes it so that they actually, well, do. But here we get me not being able to drive front-wheel drive. Making a fool of myself. You said you mentioned it from upstairs, you can't be bothered. I don't really play around with the settings much. Like, outside of these races, I don't touch AC much. At all. If I'm playing single-player sim stuff, I just go to Lift for Speed. Only if I'm, like, testing stuff for new seasons. Lights showed up in the car's mirrors, but not in the virtual mirror. It's a bit annoying. Oh, maybe then. I don't know. Oh, big wiggle. Oh. He got that all out of shape. I don't remember that touch. That gave Nico a brilliant move there. You can change light strength for the PP filters too. You can enter it on the fly with the photo mode app. I think you can also just change it in the lighting effects settings as well. 7 IQ race from me. I mean, at least you finished. A bunch of people, a couple of people didn't manage that. And if you 7 IQ'd, then I did 2 IQ. I finished, so I'd say I have some IQ, but man, I just see that. I just can't. Like, look at the throttle inputs. I just can't do it. I just can't drive. I literally just can't drive front wheel drive. A brain just does not compute. I have to like fight my brain from just relapsing back into rear wheel drive shit. Newsflash, you change graphics set the CSP settings while in the game too. You don't need to go back and forward, launching, closing the game all the time. Yeah, but I'm just saying that, like, it's also there. The way you're missing on the no Hesse stuff. Oh yeah, what a travesty. No Hesse. I'm not a true Assetto Corsa player. He got a nice switchback on me here, but he just didn't get enough speed on the exit. So we remained stuck. I'm surprised they held on. I think he was maybe just compromising his lines too much. Why didn't Hesse hate? I'm just being just a little bit of sarcasm. It also is kind of the Assetto Corsa version of brain rot, but exactly. People can enjoy it if they want to enjoy it, but I don't. Let's see. I got a great exit here. One of the rare corners I got right in this race. Crazy. Me getting a corner right in the front wheel drive? Madness. I remember what happens. He stayed stuck behind me for a bit, though. There's also that boosted UK servers with likewise unrealistic mods. Yeah, that's one thing I do find funny in HC is, like, the, it's like when people are like, oh yeah, like, look at me, I'm UK server. I mean, that's true. Oh, yeah, I fucked that up big time. Just literally ricocheted off the wall. Haha. Meta pun. Yeah, I'm like 7th here, yeah. So those guys ahead just ran out of fuel. I think it was like something like the next couple laps I realized I was like, I need to start saving. Like, that fuel number is not going down. And like, I'm not awfully bothered if mods are unrealistic, but I feel like it's a bit diminutive when you make a skill-based game, in quotation marks. Like, no Hesse is meant to be like a skill-based thing. But then you kind of take away a lot of the skill by providing, like, extremely... Ooh, a bit of racing here. Ooh, Matteo went for it. By providing, like, such overly juiced-up vehicles that it kinda diminishes the value of what you're doing. It's like some of the drift cars I've seen in AC as well. They pretty much do the work for you, and it's like, at that point, where is the fun of doing something like that? Sure, it makes for great, like, YouTube content, because you're like, ooh, look at this, fancy. But, like, when it comes to actually driving it, it's like, this isn't very satisfying. It's game mode for casuals. But now you see, now you're the one. Technically, you're the one denigrating it now. Because some people do take it very seriously. Like, they've got, like, a full-blown leaderboard, and people cheat to get to the top of it. That's when, you know, people take things seriously. When people start getting willing to cheat just to get that little bit of ego boost. That's when, you know, shit's gone too far. But it's like, yeah, some people do take the leaderboard very seriously. So at that point, it's like, is it... You know, it's casual in quotation marks, but maybe not to some people. I mean, technically racing is casual. Like, this is casual racing, technically. We're not really competing for anything. Internet points. I love me some internet points. If a Discord server with 1 million users, do you expect no one to attempt from that number? No, no. But I'm saying, like, it's like, I'm just saying, like, calling it outright casual is maybe not entirely true either. Okay, seems like these guys are a bit spread. I don't know. Oh, Mart hit the wall there. Matteo looked to try and profit, but he didn't. He's all over him, though. Competing for the feeling of pride and accomplishment. Exactly. Oh, shit. Okay, there we go. Go back to the point we're at. Is this gonna be the last lap? No, it's not. But it doesn't really look like any real concerted effort to save is being made up front here. These two here are really close. Miko and Yari. Both granted report some more casual and AC, both have the tournaments and cheater problems too. True. Miko all over Robert, but I think Robert pits. Does he pit? No. No, he doesn't. How was he so far back then? Okay, Matteo's going... Yeah, Matteo's diving for the pits. There we go. That's Matteo giving up his spot. Of course, we got the funny haha pit lane. Because you've got to go... Where's his pit? Yeah, you've got to go... Oh. Ah, cheeky. Oh, wait, did he... Oh, he ran out of fuel already. Oh. He'd already run out of fuel. And then just like, nah, I can't get round the shit. What the happened? Oh dear. You can hear me saving it, look at that. No engine sounds. Hey, Rivera's still leading at this point. So what happens to him? Nico's all over him. Oh, trying to get by, but he can't quite do it. Oh, a little bit of a contact there. Oh, I think he's run out of fuel. He has. He ran out on the exit of the corner. Oh. You see, he picks up the throttle and the car and he loses speed. I did run out of fuel just before the finish too. Actually. Because I made like no effort to save in like the first few laps. And then just saved like super aggressively. How did Mart run out? I saw I was clocking down to Mart, and I guess he probably realized. Okay, he's going fine up the hill. A big lift. Big lift. 8 miles away. Funny aspect of the way the cheated Haspert, everyone was exploiting for a safe key level up system at launch because it's so widely known. I mean, it's... yeah. I guess I shouldn't really have brought up cheating because it's a whole can of worms that touches everything. Hey, still got fuel left here. But I was more just making the point that, like, you know, it was a competition that people felt was worth cheating on to get to the top. To kind of say, like, you know, saying that I am the #1 here implies that it holds some degree of merit. Ooh, bit of... oh, actually, wait, yeah, that's what we saw earlier, yeah. With Robert running out of fuel, they all stacked up. See, does Mika hold on? Because he's... oh, there you go, he's out. Oh, he just took it. Just. Oh, Yari just... yeah, Yari finished with fuel. Okay. Miko didn't. Does Mattia. Yes. I don't. Where do I run out? I started to not push here and I was like, oh no, wait. Hang on. Yeah, yeah, then I'm out. And slowly limped it across the line. Where did Rob run out? Yeah, actually, Mott rolled it quite a fair way. We'll scale the user base to represent the entirety of it. I guess. But it is like a score-based thing. Because, like, I feel like if you wanted to just cruise, you'd go to, like, the Shadow servers. Unless Shadow is, or, like, SRP is no longer hip. I don't know. It's gaining speed. So that's, I guess it's ever so slight downhill. He rolled that quite a way, though. Rob didn't clutch in. Okay. Because he's still on the throttle. Whereas Mart rolled it as far as he humanly could, and they just happened to end up next to each other. Oh, he had a splurt of fuel left. But like, it was... Arguably, he might have gotten further without using that. Because the gearing kind of slowed him up. Was Henning saving? Not really at this point. Might have been saving more tactically throughout the race, because he made it. Here's the thing, you get bigger multipliers if you're driving a convoy. Of course, it's more fun and encourage the drive of others. Also, it's more fun and encourage... Yeah, I get that. But like, it's a score attack thing, right? Like, you're... The goal is to try and chop your way through the traffic. Oh wait, did he pit? Actually, wait, yeah. I noticed he was behind. So did he pit? This is the big question. Except for Jim. Doesn't pit. But it didn't really seem like he gained places. I'd have to look at the results. The results will give us the answer. Oh, my UI's got all funny. Where are we? Here we go. Results. Oh, so Miko just scrapes the win over Yari. Yari actually had a fast... Oh, okay, I guess this was lap 1. Yeah, because lap 1's shorter, so never mind. These lap times are useless. Yeah, it's its own thing, yeah. You know, I know. Now everyone got into the points. Oh, 18 for Mart, 11 for Repair. That was risky at the end. They survived, though. I think if they did, you could probably appeal it. It'd get overturned. Or I could, and it probably would. I got 5, Mattia got 5, Yari got 2. Matteo also got 2, those are the lowest. Miko got 4. Jim got 3. Rob also got 3, and Henning got 8. If anything, kind of reminds you of the passing game mode from Grid 2, just way more in depth. Look at the lap chart. It's like, okay, a little bit of chaos at the start. It sort of settles down up front. It sort of settles down in the middle. All hell breaks loose. Okay, so... Miko, obviously, biggest winner. From last all the way up to first. Biggest loser would have to be Robert. Second up to first, and he dropped all the way down to 8th. Despite leading most of the race. Yari held second, dropped to 3rd, but got back up to 2nd when Robert met his demise. Mark, he dropped to 7th. Well, actually, that was for position then, I guess. That would have been for position. But I guess he decided he wasn't going to overtake him. Fair enough. Oh yeah, Rob didn't make it to the finish, so he ended up a lap short. Oh, Henning also ended up a lap short. Had a heading missile. I'm so confused. He drove across the line. Okay, so where am I? Yeah, 4th, down to 5th, down to 6th, down to 7th, back up to 4th. So I finished where I started. I'll take that. My shabby driving though sunk me. Of course, I likely was going to lose the places to Miko and Mattia, but maybe not if I could have actually just driven the fucking car better. Maybe also could have been in a bit more of a fight with these guys, but just couldn't. Didn't do it. Yeah, Mattia, big gain as well. And Jim, big gain. He lost out quite a bit at the start. But then picked up the pieces and scooped up a healthy couple of places at the end as well. Mattia, yeah. Mattia jumping into the pits, even though he did run out, did save him a bit. I'm still baffled. Let's see, lap times. What's the best lap for all of us? It's gonna be the first. 241, 242, 459. How did that happen? I have to see. What happened? Overall points, though. Miko holds the lead, 299. We are in second. What's that? 13 points back. Mattia in third. What's that? 8 points back of Yari. Robert in fourth. Only 2 points back. Mart in fifth. 8 points back again. And I am 4 points behind Martin, 6th, and Rob is 4 points behind me in 7th. And that's it for the full-timers. I just realized it's gone back to showing the game, but that's fine. I wanna... What lap is it? I'm looking at the wrong board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lap 5. Perplexed. What happened? Let's see if we can CSI this shit. Oh, he did pit. Oh, but he then jumped to the pit lane. Wait, no, because he would have finished the lap. That is so weird. Is that like a... I am so confused. Game probably thought he was driving backwards. You know what? Let's go and test that. We can test that. I guess it, and then yeah, I guess it warped him back to the pit lane, but didn't add any fuel. Oh, that's criminal. So I must be adding like 500 grams of downforce at those speeds. I think 500 grams is optimistic. Yeah, let's try. Oh wait, no, I can't. Actually, yeah, no, it should still work. Here we go. Gotta say, I can't actually pit in this mode, but I can still go into the pit lane. I'm accelerating in the pit lane. Oh, yeah, look. I guess if I take too wide of a... car. Oh. Yes, if you take certain point... Oh, shit. Take certain points through the pit lane. Like, if you take too wide of a berth, it seems. It's a bit silly. But that might just be AC limitation stuff, I don't know. Not a lot of tracks have a pit lane that cuts in it. If I just stay to, like, the normal lane. Okay, get it here. Actually had it more then. I didn't get it at all on the way out. May I remind you, CSP has a fix for this. But it doesn't fix the track itself, does it? Right? It just makes it so that the game doesn't pick up on the reverse way. I don't know what I'm doing now, I've just kind of left the car to... You drive backwards without porting you back. I can. Haha! I'm free! I wasn't expecting this would work. Okay, there's a road here, but it doesn't seem to go very far. Oh, okay. We can drive on the grass. Freedom. Oh, okay. Drive back into Rome. Oh, over like a bridge. Oh, we can go on a bridge over the track. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, I see a scene. Am I gonna fall? No! I saw that coming. Oh, there's an invisible wall there. But not in the tiny little seam. Yeah, I saw that coming, that the bridge was just gonna be a gaping hole. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, one of the big problems... I've kind of mentioned this before a little bit. One of the problems I do have with CSP is that all of CSP stuff is client-sided. I would have much rather if, like, the additional functionalities that CSP can bring to the table was something that could be baked into the mods themselves. Oh, there's a hole there. There's a hole there. Oh, God. Because with the way CSP is, it fundamentally kind of ruins online. Like you've seen yourself with night races. You could simply just turn off the nighttime. Just not have it go to nighttime. If you don't turn on the setting, it never goes to nighttime. Therefore, you never have to deal with driving in the dark. Which obviously causes some controversy. But it's like this thing, everyone can control how much they turn off or on. Like, it's like, okay, I can have night, but I can also make my flashlights... Oh, Jesus. I've broken the car, I think. You can also, you know, make the lights so bright that you effectively turn on a sun every time you turn on your headlights. Like, this is fine for single player because, you know, it's single player. You're not interacting with anyone else. You can do whatever the hell you want. But when you're playing multiplayer and you're still interacting with others, it's like there's a disconnect there. Because everyone isn't getting the same experience, which is kind of a fundamental thing, especially in a competitive multiplayer setting, like in a racing simulator. you know, you want everyone to be experiencing the same stuff. Let's go back out this way, see if we can go further around the track. And like, well, yeah, in a few regards, CSP does kind of break that, because again, it's all client side. Just go this way. Where do we get to? Well, there's a road here. Oh, it's the continuation of that road. Okay. There's more roads. Like, personally, I do definitely, but, like, sure, it probably maybe would be more complicated to implement. I'm not sure. But, like, I don't really know how CSP works as it is currently, to be honest, to really comment on the complexities of things. But it's like, I feel like if you could actually bake it in to the mods itself, you know, you'd still maybe need the client to download like a patch of some kind, but that patch can be a... Oh, ow, there's a hole. The patch can be just like a hook that can grab onto the metadata inside the mod, and the mod is what dictates what you sort of... what features you do and don't get. Because then it's you know, then everyone gets a consistent experience with the content. Can I go back in through here? Oh, I can. Ooh. Opportunity. Fuckers. They denied me. Where even was I? Okay, I'd gone around. I'd come out here and got out and around. Around on this road. Which leads you up to here. And up to this building, but this has no collisions. Now these are dry lines and puddles, also automatic wet tires for cars, even the AI pits to switch sets. By automatic, I mean you don't need to patch cars to manually have them to show up in the setups. Does this wheel move? No. Static. Body texture. I think that's meant to be like see-through, but it's not. What other buildings we got? This huge ass building here. Oh right, isn't this like... I'm trying to remember. I remember. I almost remember something about this track being built like right next to like an old like Italian like fascist building. It was like a really random thing that came up, I think, when they first came here. I can't remember if that was here or not, but I remember hearing something about that. It's like one of the buildings that like Mussolini had built or some shit. It's like a little fuel station here. This seems... Is this a fuel station? Or is this like a bus stop? It seems a bit too thick to be a bus stop. But it also seems too small to be a petrol station. Yeah, that is V8 supercars on the screen. There's a fucking, like, building out here. Yeah. Oh, all of the screens have it. It's a bit more blatant on these, but I think if I go back to the pit lane... Yeah. There you go. It's the same. Even the FIA have got a bit of V8 supercars on. This looks so cheap. It's like truck text, I don't know if that's real or not. The van seems short. I have got the driver names, but I don't have the team names. Oh wait, no, it's inside. I didn't see that. So you got the Formula E pits, then you've got Abt, BS Penske, Neo, Nissan, Mahindra, Porsche, Andretti, Envision, Jag, Maserati, and McLaren. Yeah. Oh, we're upside down now. Ooh, trippy. There's the IndyCar track at Detroit, actually. I don't know if you guys have seen the, like, new Detroit track they have in IndyCar. It's not... The track isn't particularly good. Is it Detroit, actually? I think it is Detroit. Yeah, the track's not particularly great, but one thing that's pretty interesting is the pit lane. No, that's not Detroit. Is it Detroit? I can't remember. But I know there's an IndyCar track that has a pit lane, right? That's kind of similar to this, but instead of being you come in one end, you loop around and you come out the other. It's actually just 2 lanes, and you have pit boxes on either side. So you'd come in from, like, here, say, and you'd exit at the bottom still. But because it's really short, you sort of drive down the middle and then pull up either to the left or the right side for your boxes. Which is, I think, probably a bit more of an... In some ways, a bit more chaotic. In other ways, a bit more of an elegant way to handle the old Formula E problem of pit lane too short. Let's see if I can... It is Detroit, okay. Oh my god, this image is terrible. Hang on, I gotta bring up this. Look at this image. It's like a mock-up, obviously, of what it was gonna be like. They're just like really poorly, like, imposed random PNGs of IndyCars. Oh, it's fucking hilarious. No budget for 3D, no. Actually, that's a better. Well, that's really small, actually. But that's a better view of the pit lane and what it's actually meant to be like. So. Oh, that was definitely a stream. Show ovals also have split pit lanes. Actually, I think that's only at... I think I've only seen that at Bristol. Bristol has the split pit lane. but most others just have it running around the track. Martinsville isn't split, I don't think. Pretty certain it's not. I think it's just a loop that runs around the inside. Actually, no, looking at it... Yeah, no, it is a loop. Yeah, most of them just have it as a loop that runs around the inside. Actually, I have both of these tracks in AC, so I can bring them up. Martinsville. We're still in the 2CV though, so it's gonna take us a while to get around the pit lane. Oh yeah, here's the pit. Yes, the pit entry is here. Some of the really tiny tracks just have like an assembly area in the middle, and you just kind of poke your way out of a hole. In the track. I remember my first time to go to dirt. Yeah, see, like it starts here and then you come out here. So you basically do like a full lap in the pit lane. But I remember my first dirt oval start in iRacing. Holy exposure, Batman. That's just how that track is. Well, I think CSP might be brightening things up a little bit. I think the, like, base CSP clear weather is a bit brighter than base AC. But yeah, Martinsville is also just really pale for some reason. Yeah, I remember my first dirt oval start in iRacing, though. I couldn't actually qualify. Or I didn't really do good in qualifying. And I had to start from the back because I couldn't find my way out of the pit. It's just a random hole in, like, the edge of, like, the pits. I just wasted a lap, like, scurrying around the, like, infield area. Yeah, Bristol, yeah, see, you got one pit lane here, and then you got the other one on the other side. Look for a skin pack to replace the textures. I mean, I don't think it's... Ooh, God, lock in the brakes. Surprised we hit the speed limit. I wonder if we could just run a whole lap on the apron here. You could look for a skin pack, but it also depends on if A, one has been made, and B, if it's one you want, I guess. As far as a split pit lane too. If you lose light mode, this is totally normal. I don't use light mode, but oh, just a little too much to go flat on the apron. Just peak oval racing right here, right? Oh, more than you like Silverstone, yeah. Ooh, I saw something interesting actually. Speaking of old and new at Silverstone. So I don't know if I don't know if you've seen, but like the obviously like the bridge corner has been there for like forever. Yeah, they make it into a single pit lane for endurance stuff, yeah, at Spa. Yeah, so Silverstone Bridge Corner has been there for, like, forever, right? It's just, you can't access it. If I get a Silverstone, I should probably see it. And, like I've walked along the old section of track when I've been there and stuff, because you can just kind of do that. It's there, it's open, there's no cars drive on it, so... Yes, like over... Where is it? I'm going crazy. Where am I going? Yeah, here. Yeah, so all of this track is still just kind of here at Silverstone. Granted, this is like a relatively old model. But like this track, it's just here. But it's actually not anymore. Or at least most of it. Like this chunk sort of here, that I guess we're kind of looking at in the camera frame now. This big chunk has been actually gutted out because they're building like a big-ass go-kart track in here. Which I found out about the other day. I mean, this looks a bit different to how it was when I last went there, because there's like buildings here. There's like a building here, and they had like a bunch of like storage stuff. But yeah, they're building like a new go-kart track right here. What about the old one? I don't think they had an old one. At least not on the... Not on the track. I mean, like I said, this is an old track model, so what's around here has changed a bit since then. Like, there's more building. In this grassy space here, there's a lot more buildings and stuff now. Why they have so much space around the track? Well, I guess they don't own all of this space. Like, this is just farmers' fields. Right, so you'd have to buy this land off the farmers. I don't know, that's a little bug there. Yeah, you have to buy all this land up. Which I don't think they... Huh. That's funny. It's just... It's just like a tile texture. Fucking kunos. Around that single road? You mean like here? Oh, like here? I guess? If so, then no, not really, because they built a load of shit here. Like, this map is not accurate. No, I don't mean. There are just... Let's see how many. Nine complete Silverstones and 6 half Silverstones, all next to each other. It's a track so good, they had to just keep building it again and again and again. Issue pizza zone. Yeah, because, like, for example, like, here, this grandstand, like, all of this space here is gone. Well, the Porsche thing is still here. But basically, like, from these grandstands to, like, here, has been, or from the end of this tree line to the end of these grandstands, it's all been ripped up and turned into, like, weird, like, housing, like a weird sort of, like, housing estate that you can, like, rent out when you come to the track, which is, like, really weird. Like, yeah, this whole, like, tire testing shit is, like, still here. Well, yeah, they got like a little like Michelin like skid pad here, and then you got like the Porsche place. That's all still there. But what else has changed or notable? A Bulls range? I mean, like this? I think this is just like a helipad? I don't even know. Got the old Stowe circuit here being used for parking, which they do. They do use the Stowe circuit for parking when it's not being used. No sign of the rallycross track here, though. Last time I parked on the Stowe, or we parked on the Stowe circuit, they had the fucking rallycross ramp up. Like a dirt sort of ramp. Alright, there's like a here there's a big load of nothing, but there's actually a, now there's actually a school here, like a technical school. Or technical college, should I say, but like our college, not like American college. Yeah, it's built here. It's not like very big, it's probably just about like where these cars are. But it's here. There's a stove mod in the race department? Somewhere along here as well is like the new Aston Martin building. I don't know where that is exactly. Maybe like here somewhere. It's like a massive new Aston Martin like factory they've built. Formula 1 stuff. Oh, Stowe. Stowe, not Stub. Or Stove. It's the Stowe circuit. Up into the old grandstands. TV truck doesn't show anything. Sounds the same. Oh. It's empty up until like here. There's a lot of people. Yeah, it's kind of funny that speaking of the Stowe circuit, it's hilarious to me that Raceroom includes that as like part of like the base content package. But like, yeah, this is like a racetrack that you can use for things, and it's like, no, it's not really. It's really not. But they're adamant. It's okay for slow stuff. There's not a lot of space even then, I feel, so like you are kind of limited. I driven worse airport tracks, fair enough. I actually briefly held the world record there for the Formula 3. And then someone who was actually good at hot lapping came and beat me by like a second, which is quite a lot at like a track that small, so. And I couldn't be bothered to grind to get it back. I just saw that there were like like the fastest time on the leaderboard was using the like easiest difficulty setting. So we're like so their car was like so heavily overrun with assists that they were just like 5 seconds slower. Because at first I think I pressed the button to like challenge him because I was like, fuck it, let's try it. And then I was like, oh no, there's like so many assists on that like the car is just gimping itself. And like turning them off just made me like instantly like fast. My extremely short tenure as a time attack world record holder. What now? I don't know. I don't really know. If I hadn't died on the hard truck stream, I might have picked that up and continued it. But I did die. That was kind of sad. I was actually just about to end that live stream as well. Like, had I have completed that delivery, I would have like, I've been like, yeah, this is like a good time to end it. I've done the like probably like one of the longest deliveries you could have done. I'd be like, I'll save here and quit. And then, right at like the last like kilometer, the game had to throw some bullshit at me. criminal. Absolutely criminal. But yeah, I think I guess I'm pretty much done. Then, for the time being. I'm not sure I'm down to continue Halo, but I'd be down to chat in Discord. Sure thing. Sure thing. Guess, yeah, I'll probably skedaddle on over there then. As per usual. So yeah, thanks everyone who came out and chatted. Thanks everyone who came out and raced. Next week, more interesting races. Spa and Monza, I didn't realize that. That'll be interesting. So yeah, I'll see you guys all then. Adios.